3M combat earplug complaints to continue. Decide policies. Regardless of financial ruin case, 3M Co. ought to face more than 230,000 lawsuits accusing it of selling defective earplugs to the U.S. military, after a U.S. choose on Friday dominated that the financial ruin of a subsidiary did now not prevent court cases against the non-bankrupt determined company. Companies that document for bankruptcy normally obtain an immediate reprieve from lawsuits, and 3M subsidiary Eero Technologies LLC argued that extending those protections to 3M could purchase Eero time to cope with its money owed and restructuring dreams. Eero and 3M had argued that financial problem presented a faster and fairer way to compensate veterans who say that earplugs made by Eero brought on listening to loss. But financial disaster judge Jeffrey J. Graham in Indianapolis stated that Eero's financial ruin restructuring ought to proceed in parallel with the proceedings. While the sheer size of the consolidated litigation might also have spurred 3M and Eero to trying to find additional leverage via the financial disaster court cases, that did no longer create a legal need to protect 3M, Graham ruled. Attorneys representing the veterans with hearing loss said they looked forward to persevering with their complaints towards 3M in other courts. Judge Graham's decision is a whole rejection of 3M's try and prevent accountability and disguise in financial problem, plaintiff lawyers Brian Eilstock and Christopher Seeger mentioned in a declaration. A spokesman for 3M said it intended to attraction. Continuing to litigate these instances one by one over the approaching years will not provide reality or fairness for any party, 3M spokesman Sean Lynch said. 3M subsidiary Eero Technologies LLC filed for financial disaster safety in Indiana on July 26, in search of to clear up proceedings alleging that 3M's Combat Arms Earplugs version 2 (KIAV 2) caused listening to loss. Eero will maintain inside the bankruptcy 11 proceedings and 3M will retain to shield its function inside the litigation, the organization said in an assertion past due on Friday. 3M keeps to count on to complete the pending separation of its meals protection employer at the centered remaining date of September 1, 3M added. The complaints have been consolidated in federal courtroom in Florida and feature grown into the largest mass tort litigation in U.S. records. Eero positioned $1 billion in a belief to settle them and agreed to indemnify 3M for all legal responsibility associated with KIAV 2. 3M has denied liability, pronouncing its earplugs provided safety to squaddies even as allowing them to hear at the battlefield. The Florida choose overseeing the earplug lawsuits, U.S. District Judge M. Casey Rogers, has admonished 3M for bare duplicity in attempting to unload its liabilities into a bankrupt subsidiary. 3M and Eero have in turn criticized Rogers for permitting the consolidated litigation to balloon, mentioning that earplug instances now account for a whopping 30% of all cases pending in U.S. federal courts. 3M has lost 10 of the 16 cases which have gone to trial to date, with approximately $265 million being offered in general to 13 plaintiffs. 3M's inventory price changed into down 12% Friday to $129. Companies have in recent years more and more used financial problem complaints to shield non-bankrupt owners and associates from litigation, with Johnson & Johnson (NYSE), J&J's effort to offload proceedings alleging that its talc-based toddler powder prompted cancer a current example. J&J has denied liability and stated its talc-based baby powder is safe. The J&J affiliate's financial problem case is under overview, after most cancer sufferers appealed a courtroom ruling that blocked their court cases in opposition to J&J.